Well, good evening, everyone. My name's Jeff Green of ProfitableInvesting.com, and tonight I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to find the best stocks to buy in minutes. Right now I'm on the Google home screen, so I'm just going to start from scratch and we'll open up the website. Remember, it's Profitable-Investing.com. And once we have it up, we'll quickly see the graphic at the top is showing that the market environment is mildly bullish. The needle is at the 1 o'clock zone. It's right between the yellow and the green, so it's probably okay to buy stocks. But depending on what's going on in the marketplace, you might want to hold off until it's over at the 3 o'clock position. But this refreshes every day, and when you come here, you'll see the needle move to the current position, and then there's some verbiage underneath here that shows you what the posture is. So right now, we're going to go to the sector strength summary table and take a look at actually what's going on in the market. This table updates every day. You'll see today is the 28th, so the current day is always at the right end of the screen. And coming down from the top two rows are the broad market strength. We measure it by the VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Market Index, and the S&P 500, which is also referred to as the SPY. And then the columns under this are all the different S&P sectors. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at today's column, and first of all we're going to make sure we're in a buying sort of posture, and the top two rows are solidly green, so I would say that demand is certainly high and potentially increasing. And then the rows underneath it show the strength of each of the sectors, all the way from the discretionary, staples, and energy, and you can read them on the left-hand column here. So what we're going to do is quickly go through and note which columns are in the green, and we're going to write them down. So discretionary is green. That's probably okay to buy in that sector. That's been green for the last 30 days, so that's still positive. Consumer staples was weak earlier in November, up until the middle of November. Then it got strong, so we'll take a look at that. These ones that are red, energy and financials. Financials has been weak. It actually had a strong day today, but it didn't go away from red into yellow, so we're probably not going to look at any financials. We're going to take a look at healthcare. Healthcare has been weak for the entire month of November. It went directly to green today, so it didn't even stop at yellow, so we'll take a look at that sector. These three here, the industrials, materials, and real estate, look like they're getting a little bit weaker, so we'll pass on those for this analysis. And then the bottom two, technology, it had a weak day yesterday, but it came back strong today, and utilities. Unfortunately, in the utilities area, we don't find a lot of strong stocks there, so even though the sector is moving up, we don't find many stocks in our 100 best stocks list. So we've noted those sectors: discretionary, staples, healthcare, technology, and utilities. And then we're going to go up to the next chart, which is the sector strength details. And these charts are laid out exactly the same way the summary table is. In other words, the top two rows is the VTI Total Market Index and the SPY. You can see they're green. You can judge the colors by the colors of the border. They match the table that we were just looking at. In rows, there's a 1 month chart and a 6 month chart that you can see over here. And then again, all the rows go down to the bottom in the same fashion as the table. So let's take a quick look at the consumer discretionary. You can see for the last month it's really been, we're looking at the blue line here, it's really been rising, and it really started to take off around the middle of October. It started to get strong again. So we see that's a very strong sector. Staples was weak for a while. It's turning stronger in the last month, and in the 6 month chart you can see that it's also turning up. And usually on the 6 month chart you'll see these the strength continue for maybe longer than 2 months at a time. The energy sector is still weak. Financials, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, is weak. It had a great day here. The financial stocks shot up. It hasn't changed the overall supply and demand. You can see the blue line, which is the 20-day moving average of supply and demand, still moving down. Healthcare was weak until just today, apparently. You can see that's just starting to turn on both the 6 month and the 1 month chart. So this is a very strong chart. It hit it rocketed from sort of a low here at about 81, and we'll see if we can find some good stocks in the watch list. Industrials is yellow. It's been weak. It might be getting a little bit stronger. You can see on the 1 month chart it might be showing some strength, but we're going to pass on that. We're going to pass on materials. It's still showing weakness here in the blue line. Real estate was strong. As a matter of fact, we bought some shares in NVR and Toll Brothers house building. I suspect that this will continue some strength. It had a real strong day today, so it may have just got into the weak spot and then come back strong tomorrow, so we'll keep an eye on that. Technology has been strong for a long time. Ever since beginning of September, it's been on a tear, so it doesn't look like it's topping out, but you never know. But there's a lot of strong technology stocks right now. Utilities, like I mentioned, is strong. This might be hitting a high in the demand height, but like I mentioned before, it's tough to find utility stocks in the 100 best stocks. So that you can use these charts to get a little bit of more information about what's going on in the individual sectors. Okay, so after we've looked at the charts, we're going to take a look at the watch list updates. You come up over here to the updates section. You can pull up a variety of categorized updates. We're going to look at the watch list updates only in this presentation. And these are updated at the end of each trading week. So the most recent week is 11/27. This is the 100 best stocks across the entire marketplace of about 7,500 to 8,000 stocks. This list does not have stock positions already held in the current stock portfolio. So if you're looking to buy stocks that are already in the current stock portfolio, you can go and check this list here. This is updated again at the end of the week, and this table works sort of the same way when you're looking for stocks. This is our current stock portfolio. You can sort and search on a number of different on all these columns. You can search and sort on. Days in position is an interesting characteristic to look at. You can see that some of our longest holdings in the portfolio is, coming up on a year and a half or almost 2 years here, 540 days for Take Two. We've got a growth of over 200% in that stock. Facebook, we've held that in the portfolio for 450 days, 45% gain. MasterCard, 50% gain. You can sort and search these. You can sort by purchase price, last price. You can look at the gain loss. You can sort by any one of these. You can also look at the current stop prices. This is useful for setting profit keeper stocks and stop losses. So the idea here is, so let me close out of this. So the idea is that we go to the stock watch list updates. The way I use this list is I'll click on here. I want to probably show more than 10 entries, especially in the technology sector. There's a lot of strong stocks. I'm going to set this at 50, and I'm just going to do a search for the sector. So let's look at discretionary, and this is showing me that out of the 100 most strongest stocks in the market, there are none, unless they're in our portfolio, that are in the discretionary sector. So that just means that there are stronger stocks, not that the discretionary sector is weak, but there are stronger stocks in different sectors. So we didn't find anything in the discretionary sector. Let's type in staples. Okay, so in the staples sector, there's two stocks of the 100 best across the market. One is Sanderson Farms, SAFM, and one is Tyson Foods. So we can make a note of those. The next sector was healthcare, so let's look at healthcare. This will search, when you type in the search box, it searched everything in the table. So it found AMN Healthcare Services, which is actually part of the cyclicals sector. So we're just going to sort by sector. That'll get that sort of out of the middle there. And then we've got the rest of the healthcare sector stocks in a line here. It goes from Aetna, Anthem, Cigna, Centene, Triple S Management, Health Insurance Innovations, Lantheus Holdings. So again, in a strong market, in a strong sector, which is the healthcare sector, these are the strongest stocks. So That's a quick way to find those. Let's look at technology. We're going to get a big list here. There's probably 30 or 40 technology stocks that are just really strong in the market. It's been one of the strongest sectors for 3 or 4 or maybe even longer months than that. So those are the technology stocks. And we want to check the utilities. I don't have a lot of faith in utilities, but we'll see what's in there. Okay, so there's one, Pampa Energy SA, which is a foreign stock. And so if you're interested in a utility stock, that's probably the best stocks that you'll find right now in the utility sector. So that's it. So it's as easy as that. So in a strong sector, in a strong market, we found the strongest sectors, and then within those sectors we found the strongest stocks. So that's it for tonight's presentation. In just a few minutes, you found out the best stocks that you might want to consider purchasing on the next market day. So have a good evening, and until next time, thank you.